everyone, and welcome to another episode of Taco About a Tuesday, the show where we eat healthy, delicious tacos and have conversations about life. Squat heavy, run fast, live full, train hard, love strong, adventure often, hustle always, dream big, compete daily, make life freaking count. That is what the back of one of my new shirts say, and I wore it to my New Year's Eve hustle class, and I just love it. I think that it truly embodies everything that I want in 2024, everything that I want for everyone else in 2024. Y'all, welcome to a brand new year, and better yet, welcome to season 4 of Taco About It Tuesday. I am so freaking thrilled to be here and to be kicking off the year with a very fun episode of 2024 Essential Guide. We're going to be talking about the essentials that I think that you need as you walk into 2024. But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about the taco of the week. Freaking delicious and simple. I mean, isn't that just what I say every single week? Simple, delicious, healthy, crunchy black bean tacos. I know that there's a lot of people right now that are getting ready to try out some new nutritional habits, and this would be a great taco to add to said nutritional habits in a very realistic, sustainable, delicious way. So if a crunchy black bean taco sounds like it is up your alley and you like a little bit of smoky flavor, if you like the mozzarella cheese, all the yummy goodness, just go check out the show notes to grab the recipe card. It is a good one. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in to the episode. So last episode, we did a episode around the biggest lessons that I learned from 2023 and what I think that you need to take mindset wise going into 2024. And I wanted to continue along that momentum, but specifically talk about this idea of resolutions, right? I think that a lot of people are stepping into the year with something that they want to accomplish, a goal, a thing that they want to do, a person they want to be, just some sort of resolution, right? And I think that that's all great. The unfortunate thing is that resolutions die really quickly, and they could be really, really good ones, but maybe they just weren't approached in the right way. And so what I wanted to do was just take a different perspective. Instead of having you set a resolution or set a goal, I wanted to talk about specific essentials that I believe that you should have a part of your routines in your 2024 year that I think are going to totally help you just kick ass, but also bring you to the right outcomes. Because if there's anything that I've learned about setting goals and intentions is that I will set it with this idea or this expectation that something will happen. And what happens is almost the complete opposite, but it is what was meant to be. And so goals, I truly believe, are just compasses. They bring you to the right direction. There's something that can pull you, especially if it's something that's very intentional. But this is not that. This is specifically, these are the essentials that if you put them in your routine, I believe that it will bring you to the right outcomes and just allow for you to be present, to live fully, to really make the year count with all of the pressure of trying to accomplish one said thing. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Let's just jump right in. And I hope that you're able to at least take one of these things that I'm about to say to heart and run with it, okay? So the first thing that I think is a total essential to bring into the new year with you is to try something new once a month. I've talked about this more than once on the show, but I actually had it as like a goal or a monthly intention last year to try something new. And what came from it, you guys, was so much fun. I mean, anything silly from like trying pole fitness for the first time to like going out and like speaking for a competitive team, right? Like just a bunch of different things came from it. But here's why I love this so much is that it gets you to think about the things that would fill your cup, right? It gets you to think about, how do I want to get to know myself better? By going out and doing these activities, you learn about what you like, you learn about what you don't like, and through doing them, you start to realize certain things about yourself that maybe you wouldn't have if you had not done the thing, right? And so I think just trying something new once a month is just a great way to bring fun, to bring presence into your life, but to also bring learning and growth into your life about yourself, about the world around you, about how you want to navigate life. And so if there's anything that I would say is an easy one to add to your checklist around just intentions and essentials for the year, is just try something new. Once a month, just say, I'm going to try something new. And bring a buddy along, right? Make that an accountability buddy thing, because it's really fun when you do that, okay? I know my best friend loves when I bring her in on my crazy ideas. So that's the first thing. The second thing, and I love this one so much, recovery time. Recovery has to be an essential. And notice how I'm being really intentional here by saying this, because it's not just physically, you guys, it's also mentally, okay? And I know right now everyone's like, I have to hustle. I have to go to the gym every single day. I have to like lose weight and do all the things and get my health in a better spot. And all these promotions and goals with the jobs and la la la. Like, all of that is great. It's so wonderful. But I think what we don't do is we don't get intentional around the times for us to totally rest and recover. Not because we're burnt out, but because we intentionally know ourselves well enough and we care about ourselves enough. We know that we're worthy enough to take that time, right? To know that you can still have your foot on the gas pedal, but release it a little bit and take that time for yourself, and things will still spin and move forward. Like, that is such a huge skill, but more importantly, it's such a huge essential. Guys, recovery is everything, from your sleep and the way that you take care of your body and like relax and stretch and recover, to what you do emotionally in those times off, to what you do mentally in the times where you're not working and the times where you're not doing anything. So what I would say is that recovery should not just be a monthly thing or an every so often thing. It should be a daily thing. Do you take 5 minutes in the middle of your day or whenever that is to just do some breath work, to just do some recovery, to bring yourself back to ground level so you can think clearly and you can act from a very genuine, authentic space, right? I would also say, in addition to daily, guys, it also has to be weekly, right? Maybe there is a day where you just take off to yourself, or you go do something fun, right? You go try the new thing that you've been wanting to try. I know that's something that's really hit me, and it hit me a lot today. I don't have a single day off. I don't. I have a client every single day. I have online clients. Like, I worked at 2 different gyms. I always have something going on. And something that I'm being really intentional about this year is knowing, okay, even though maybe I don't have a day off just quite yet, I'm going to be really intentional about the recovery times that I have in the middle of the days for myself and what I'm doing, and not just getting stuck in the scroll or trying to go and do all the things, but to intentionally do things where I am just focusing on me and relaxing and recharging the batteries. And this is going to make you guys totally laugh, but today is the first day of the year, and while everyone was like hustling their asses off and like getting their first workouts of the year in, I did jack nothing today. I went disc golfing. I ate tacos. I'm so tired right now because, I went to bed at like 2 a.m. and my body woke me up at like 7:30. So like, hi, 5 hours of sleep isn't cute, but like, I digress. Y'all, I am like fitness fanatic motivated to the freaking max, okay? And I took the first day of the year to be like, I'm going to sit on the couch. I'm going to watch, some of the Michigan and Alabama game. I'm going to eat some tacos. I'm going to go disc golfing with my friends. Like, I kept it chill because you want to know why? The last week and a half or 2, I have been going balls to the walls with my workouts and with work and just craziness, right? And I knew that I was going to be just fine today, even though I was like looking around, like watching people run their races and do the things. I was like, oh, I feel like I need to do something today. I felt totally content with where I was at, right? And so I think that's probably another thing, and I don't want to make this a huge tangent about recovery, but I feel like it just gets overlooked so often, as I feel like the reason we don't take recovery is either A, we don't trust ourselves enough to, we don't think that we deserve it, or B, we're so busy looking at everyone else in this hustle freaking culture that we have to compare ourselves to them and think, well, they're working hard, that means I have to work hard too, at this unrealistic pace that isn't genuine or authentic to my specific journey. So I don't know if something within that just hit, but whatever recovery means to you, take it and make sure that it is something that is put into your schedule daily, weekly, and monthly in some sort of capacity. Okay. Recovery time, total essential in 2024. The next essential for 2024 is time with yourself. And I think that goes hand in hand with recovery time, is just overall time with yourself. But again, this is very intentional, right? Go on daily dates with yourself. What does that look like? What are some new things, again, that you want to try? What are some things that you need to listen to yourself on? Just to get stupid freaking silent, to allow for yourself to actually speak and be heard. Daily dates with yourself was something that I discovered in 2023 that completely changed the trajectory of how I navigate my day. And granted, not every day did I get, time with myself in the way that I wanted. But even if it was okay, I have 5 minutes before this class, I'm going to go hide in the bathroom for 5 minutes and just be with myself and give myself a mental talk, or just even be silent. That made all the difference, just to have that awareness, right? So maybe for you, the daily date with yourself is to journal. Maybe it's just to sit in silence. I actually think that one of the most creative kind of challenges that I heard about this last year was to sit in silence for 20 minutes, just with no distractions, no nothing. You can't listen to anything, can't do anything, just sit there for 20 minutes. I'm sorry, that would be hard. I still haven't tried that, right? But maybe a daily date with yourself is to do a smaller version of that and just see what comes up for you. Taking that time for yourself to just be with yourself and learn about yourself just creates so much love and trust and respect for yourself, guys. And that goes so far. It goes so far in so many different capacities, okay? So finding bits and pieces of time for yourself, knowing that even if it's just 5 minutes, that's more than enough. It's just the fact that you did it in the first place, okay? This next one, I love this one so much, and this is honestly the one that I am the most excited about in this new year, is having a coach or a mentor. And I'm going to add something onto that, but I want to just focus on this part first. Is when I went to DECA World Championships, there was an individual that I watched from afar. And yes, he was the person that literally took 5 championship titles. All eyes were on him. But just watching him and how he worked and how he was with his team, there was a certain aura and a feeling that I had about him. I was that is a person that I need to be close to, that I need to be a part of their circle, because it's going to make me a better person. It's going to make me work in a different way. It's going to make me love this sport that I'm a part of in a vastly different way. I need to be a part of whatever it is that he's offering. And so after the weekend, I was hey, I know you're being bombarded, but I need to be a part of your circle, essentially. I'm feeling connected to you. And if you do online coaching, I would love to be coached from you from afar. And we got something going. And now this is something that's really exciting that's going to be announced this week. I'm going to be a part of this individual's, it's called a Podium Chasers team, but it's basically a competitive team for DECA, where they are just super focused on high performance and doing the absolute best for this very specific sort of hybrid training. And so I say this in the instance of these last few weeks, I'd say last month or so, while working with him, I showed up in such a way where I would have not shown up that way had I would have just, said, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because clearly it's working and I don't need anyone's help, right? Because there was part of me that was okay, I don't necessarily absolutely need this, but I do if I actually want to make it to where I want to be. I could still keep going in the right trajectory, but I really don't think that I could get where it is that I'd want to be without having someone like this individual in my life to push me. And what happened, you guys, is from having a coach and a mentor, not only did I show up on the days that I didn't want to, but in these workouts that seemed close to impossible, I started to believe in myself like that coach or mentor believed in me. That they believed that I could do the thing. I just needed to pull it out of myself and start to build that confidence up so I could see it for myself. And now here I am a few weeks later crushing certain things and feeling super proud and knowing that this season of DECA is going to be freaking awesome. Like, yes, there's going to be ups and downs and all these twists and turns, but like, because that individual saw something in me and I wanted to show it for someone more than myself, now I'm starting to do what almost seemed impossible, building confidence within myself. And what's coming from that is just this unstoppable freight train of potential. I can tell you that much. And this is the second part I want to add on to that is, let's say maybe having a coach or a mentor is not a part of your journey at this specific moment for whatever the reason might be. Being a part of something bigger than yourself is just about the same thing. Being a part of his team, like, it just puts a whole, like I said, different feeling, a whole different level of excitement and commitment and responsibility to myself and to others to show up in a specific way and be an example and be a team player, right? Like, think about those days when you don't want to show up for yourself. There is no way in hell that you won't show up for somebody else, right? Like, if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I really don't want to do this, but this person is counting on me, you're going to show up. 9 times out of 10, you're going to show up. That is the power of having a coach, of having a mentor, of having something bigger than yourself to be a part of. So please go find that something, that community, that person. This is more than just an accountability partner. Okay, this is someone that is going to literally see you from a different perspective and push you and help you see yourself in a different way that you never would have expected. So that is a huge essential that I think is going to take you just that 2% shift that you really need to take you from where you're at now to where it is that you really, really, really want to be. Okay. And then the last thing that I'm going to mention here, you guys, essential for 2024, this has to be either a part of your routine or just a part of an intention that you drive with every single day, is trusting in yourself. Going and doing the things that seem super hard, that seem impossible, the times where you don't want to, going and doing those things and being able to come out on the other side to put a token just in that jar of like, wow, I just did that. I have total belief and trust in myself that no matter what happens, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much it hurts, I am going to make it through on the other side. In fact, that is what I openly called out on social media last week is my intention for 2024. Last year, it was all about owning it. It was about stepping into my potential, of going after the things that I knew that I was capable of being the trainer, of being the coach to people that I knew that I could easily be. But I just needed to go out there and own it and step into those uncomfortable spaces so that I can, again, step into that potential that I knew that I had. Well, now that I've done that, I've started to own these certain things in my life. Now that I'm sitting in these spots, the only thing that I feel like is truly missing between where I am and where it is that I want to be is trusting in myself. Trusting that I can no matter what. Trusting that my plan will come to fruition. Trusting that in the long game. Trusting in the universe bringing me the right outcomes, right? Just overall trust. And so I hope that that is maybe something that you can take into your year, right? Is what are the specific actions or things that you can do that are going to help you build trust within yourself? Because when you trust within yourself, I have no doubt in my mind that is going to be something that's going to make you completely unstoppable. So please, 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 please take one of these things. Take all of these things, but just take one of these things and add them in to your awareness, into your routine, into your intentions for 2024. And I have no doubt in my mind that it's going to be an incredible, amazing year for you. Thank you, you guys, so much for showing up for you today. And I hope that if this podcast really hit home for you today, that you would allow for it to hit home for somebody else by sharing this either on social media with a friend or family, just someone that truly needs to hear this message so they too can run into 2024 as an unstoppable freaking force, okay? But until then, you guys, I am so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for being a consistent supporter or an even brand new listener of Talk About It Tuesday, and I cannot wait to see what season 4 of Talk About It Tuesday brings for us this year. See you guys later.